What if the absolute laziest way to make money online was also the smartest? For years, the internet has just been a graveyard of failed businesses, but a totally new approach, powered by AI, is flipping that script. Today, we're going to dive into a source that claims pretty much anyone can build a profitable online business with almost zero risk. Let's see how they figure.
Yeah, I know. It sounds completely backward, right? But the source we're looking at argues that in the age of AI, lazy really is the new smart. And this isn't about inaction, not at all. It's about maximum efficiency. It's about finding the path of least resistance to the biggest reward by using the incredible tools we now have at our fingertips.
So why does so many online businesses just fizzle out before they even get off the ground? Well, the source we're breaking down today points to one fundamental flaw in how most people start out. It calls it the model mismatch. Come on, be honest. If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. So many of us have been tempted by the promise of these huge popular models, only to find ourselves hitting a brick wall. And this is the part you really need to hear. The source claims that failure probably wasn't a reflection of your work ethic or your ideas. It was about choosing the wrong car for the race you were trying to run. Think of it this way. The model mismatch is kind of like signing up for an Ironman triathlon when you've never even jogged around the block. You're not just a little unprepared. You are fundamentally set up to fail right from the starting line because the barriers are just way too high. And here are the usual suspects. With drop shipping, you're basically forced to gamble a ton of money on ads. With Amazon FBA, you're sinking cash into a garage full of inventory that might never, ever sell. And software? Come on, that's like trying to play in the major leagues on your first day. It's not a place for rookies. Okay, so if all the popular models are basically traps for beginners, what's the alternative? This is where our source lays out a really simple framework for spotting a business model that's actually built for success from day one. Let's check out the lazy model criteria. It all boils down to these three things. 1, can it grow without you having to work twice as hard? 2, how much do you actually have to risk to get this thing started? And 3, is the potential payoff even worth your time? This chart really tells the whole story, doesn't it? I mean, look at drop shipping. You're taking on a massive amount of risk for what could be a tiny, tiny reward. And sure, software has a huge payoff, but the risk is just as gigantic. It's pretty clear that for a beginner, none of these are a very smart bet.
All right, so if the old ways are broken, what's the new solution? Our source introduces this really powerful alternative it calls Digital Products 2.0, a model that uses AI to create a whole new kind of online business.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, right? This is the holy grail of online business, a model where, for once, the odds are actually stacked in your favor. And the answer, according to this source, is digital products, but with a massive upgrade. We're talking ebooks, guides, courses, all that good stuff, but supercharged with artificial intelligence. And this right here is the fundamental shift. What used to take months of hard work and, let's be honest, huge costs, can now be done in minutes for practically nothing. You don't have to be the world's leading expert on a topic anymore, because the AI can be. To make this idea super clear, the source uses a simple but really powerful analogy. Just imagine you're at a carnival playing one of those spinning wheel games. So here's how the game works. Each AI-generated digital product you create is like a free spin on that carnival wheel. If it doesn't sell, you land on red. No harm, no foul. You've only lost a tiny bit of time. But if it sells, you hit the green slice. You hit the jackpot. And the best part? You really only need to win once. This is the one idea that changes everything. AI can literally scan thousands of research papers, studies, and books to pull together valuable information for you. It does all the heavy lifting, which lets you focus on just solving a real problem for a real audience. So we've covered the what and the why, and now it's time for the how. The source we're examining lays out a simple 3-step system for turning this whole idea into a real thing. Let's break down how you actually create one of these products. Identify, synthesize, and productize. That's it. It's a really straightforward process for taking an idea and turning it into a sellable digital product, with AI basically acting as your co-pilot the whole way. Okay, step 1. It all starts with finding a problem to solve. But instead of going after a huge topic, like say fitness, the third layer theory says you need to drill down, way down, to a super specific problem, like knee pain for marathon runners who are over 50. See, the more targeted you are, the easier it is to stand out. Now this is where the magic happens. Sticking with our marathon runner example, you could literally prompt an AI,
Based on the top medical journals and physical therapy guides, create a simple 7-day plan to help reduce knee pain for long-distance runners over 50. And just like that, the AI acts as your expert researcher, creating a solution for you in seconds.
And finally, you just have to package all that great information. The source recommends starting super simple, like a basic ebook or a PDF guide. The goal here isn't to create some epic masterpiece on day one, it's just to get your first sale and prove that yes, people will actually pay for the solution you've created.
All right, you've got your product, but how in the world do you find customers without spending a fortune on ads? Well, the source suggests this really clever, super low-risk strategy it calls influencer arbitrage.
Honestly, this strategy is a total game changer. You find smaller influencers, micro-influencers, who already have the trust of the exact audience you're trying to reach. So for our runner example, that might be a running coach on Instagram. You just send them a simple message like, "Hey, I made a guide on knee pain recovery for older runners. I'd love to give you 50% of every single sale you make. Costs you nothing." It's a completely zero-risk way to get your product in front of the perfect people.
So here's the bottom line. With AI completely removing the old barriers of cost, time, and expertise, and a distribution model that removes all the financial risk, the game has fundamentally changed. You get unlimited spins of the wheel to find a winning product. So the final question really isn't whether the model works, it's whether you're ready to start spinning.